Hello and welcome back to episode 21 of Rate My Trades. Today is going to be a very quick episode. Got a lot of stuff to do, so let's just get straight into it with the trades from last week that we were looking at. So, the first trade from last week that we were looking at was AUD CHF. So let's go over to that. And let's see. Okay, so if you can remember, in the last week's episode, I called AUD CHF to be a sell AUD CHF. As you can see here, the parameters are in place. Let's go into the 4-hour chart as well. And you can see that's all even better. So let's go into the 30-minute chart. Yeah, so I called AUD CHF to be a sell here. What we saw was it rose to the top side of the cloud and then broke to the bottom side again. So around here we got back into our trade, and yeah, the rest is history. Like, we can see exactly what's happened here. Pretty smooth stuff. Pretty smooth stuff. In this part we're literally just assessing what happened from before. So yeah, very good trade, ongoing. AUD-JPY. Now, AUD-JPY, also another trade that I called to be sell AUD-JPY. If you can remember what AUD-JPY looked like in the last episode and how it looks now, yes, you can see that this trade is going perfectly well. We're still en route to our take profit. Let's keep it moving. AUD USD, another fantastic trade, ladies and gentlemen. If you can remember me drawing this line, so what am I thinking now next, ladies and gentlemen? Boing, that's exactly what I'm thinking right now. And this specific line, this blue line here, and I said that AUD USD was going to go to the bottom of our channel trend. Now, as you can see here, almost to a T, like it's almost comical, man. It's almost comical. Next trade, NZD CHF. Over to the day chart on this one. Over to the week chart on this one. NZD CHF. As you can see, so last episode I called this to be a sell NZD CHF to a nice take profit of 0.6. Look where we are now. Like, I'm very busy today, so I don't have time to talk. The proof is in the pudding. NZD USD, next trade. Now, if you can remember what I said about NZD USD in the last episode, sell NZD USD to 0.654, 0.655. Yeah. And you look at it now. Look at that. Look at that drop. Literally, look at the drop. Can you remember what I said as the take profit for this trade? NZD USD to 0.654, 0.655. Yeah. Look where we are now. Completely smashed the take profit. Completely smashed it, ladies and gents. Look, smashed it. There's not much else for me to say. Next trade. Wheat as well. What happened with wheat? We called wheat to be a sell. Here, around here. Since we called wheat to be a sell, if you can remember what I said about wheat in the last episode, we can see the regression trend, top, bottom, top. Where are we going next? Bottom. There we go. We called wheat to be a sell here. What we saw was a continuation to a spike to the top of the regression trend. After we saw that, we saw a nice reversal and then a fall back in properly into the regression trend. It dropped below the Ichimoku cloud on the day chart and almost reached our line of resistance here at around 7.655. Almost hit around there and then retraced back to the Ichimoku cloud. So far since last week, perfect trade. Couldn't complain. We have one more trade to look at, which is US oil. If you can remember what I said about US oil in the last week's episode, boing. Yep, we can see that there's a channel in progress and we just reached the top. So after the top, we gotta go down below. I love that. That's a good song. So we're looking to sell US oil and we're gonna look to sell it to around 76. I said to you that US oil was looking like a sell. Now, as you can see, this has not happened. US oil has continued to the top side of our channel, and yeah, there's been no fall down. It was just being very naughty, it was teasing us.
Naughty, you teasing me, you naughty.
And then went to the top, and now we're still at the top. So that trade didn't go to plan. I still have more to say on US oil. Now let's move on to what we're thinking for the next week, for the week to come. So, without further ado, let's start with US oil since we're on the page. Now, US oil, what are we thinking about US oil? So, yeah, we can remove this now. What we're thinking about US oil, when we come into the week, into the day chart of US oil, we can still see that we're clearly at the top of our regression trend, our channel. We're here and we've seen interest around the level of 84.35. So basically what we're thinking for US oil is that I'm still looking at US oil to be a sell, but we're just not there yet. So you can see since the 20th or 19th of January, we tested the Ichimoku cloud on the 4-hour chart. What I'm waiting for is, let's put something in here. What I'm waiting for is, ideally, if we can drop through this section here that I'm inputting right now, to the downside. Oh, I don't know why it's still following my mouse. But yeah, to the downside of around 82.9, 82.8, then we're going to start looking at this as a very interesting sell-off. And once we are selling it off, once again, as I said before, we're going to be looking to sell it off to the previous line of resistance, which was around here at 77, 76, 77, around that mark there. But until we see that, then we're not interested in this as a sell at all. So what we're doing right now is we're just waiting. Now let's move up. We might as well start with the commodities. So next commodity on our list is wheat. So as I previously mentioned, wheat. In last week's episode, since last week's episode, we had a very good trade here. It did continue to the top side, but we were stopped out with our 30-minute chart, and then nicely re-entered, and now it's fallen back into the channel and shown us a bit of consolidation. So what we're going to do now for wheat, if we come into the 15-minute chart, 15 bloody minute chart. Yes, so what we can see here is that there is it seems there's a line of resistance here. So what I've done is I've put an alert for just below this line of resistance. So if we see, and that is around, that alert is precisely at 7.691. So if wheat falls below 7.691, then we're going to continue selling it. But until then, we're just going to wait and see what it does, basically. Once we are selling it, then we're going to sell it to a price level of around 7.4. Now, next commodity, which is silver. We had a fantastic week with silver. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Like textbook, perfect trade. Perfect trade. Yeah, so in last week's episode, we were up here. What are we thinking for silver now? Yes, once everything loads up, I don't know why it's being so ridiculously slow today. But yes, silver was on perfect route to reach smash our take profit last week. But in the late hours of Friday, don't know why that happened, in the late hours of Friday, we did see a reversal. we did see a reversal, some form of consolidation in the market after this massive drop, which was running from the 20th of January, basically. So that's like a 9-day constant drop. So for silver, yes, if we come into the 15-minute chart, or even the 5-minute chart, what we can say is that if we see a fall to the downside of 22.2 around, which is here, then we can continue to sell silver to a nice take profit of 22. We are selling silver to 22. We can input these parameters now. Where is it? Here we are. Yes, here we are. So, with silver, ladies and gents, once it falls back down to the downside of 22.2 here, then we're going to look to smash our take profit at 22 on the dot, which is right there. Yes, so that's what we're thinking for silver. Next commodity is platinum. Yes, so with platinum here, what we have is a continuation of what I said before. We're still at the top side of this channel, so we're still selling it to a nice take profit of around, I would say, 930 at the downside, at the bottom side of this channel, this regression trend. Okay, now currencies. What currencies are we looking at? We've got AD, JPY first of all. So AD, JPY last week, spot on. Basically, as you can see here, just a continuation to this price level here, which was last tested around the 6th of December 2021, once again on the 23rd of August 2021. So, and also in on the 20th of September 2021. So we're basically looking to a fallback to this level of around 79. Yeah, so continuation of what we said last week. Everything's going perfectly with this trade. I called it out last week. If you placed trades on it last week from what I said, you know, a word to the wise is enough, so take from that what you will. AUDCHF, once again, just like ADJPY, ADCHF coming to the downside if you come into the day chart. Yes, we can see we're nice and clean below the cloud, and just a continuation of what I said before, still the same take profit, around 0.645, just waiting for it to continue. So that's what's up with that one. CHF-JPY. Now CHF-JPY, what we're doing with this one, it's fallen down to the cloud and played around around the level on the day chart for the cloud. What we're expecting is a fall down to this price level roughly around here, which was tested around between the 17th of November 2021 and the 20th of December 2021. So I would say a nice comfortable take profit of around 1, 2, 3. If we just input parameters here, 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. As easy as 1, 2, 3. As easy as do, re, mi, A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, baby, you and me, girl. Okay, yes, so that's what we're thinking for this. 1, 2, 3, CHF-JPY. We're selling it. Next trade, NZDCHF. Once again, we saw resistance here. Touched the resistance. Now it's coming. It's looking like it's smashing it. So week chart. Let's see the week chart. Yes, we're nicely clearly on the downside and returning to the price levels that were smashed here in around the 17th of August 2020. Once again here with this little wick that we've got here on the 19th of October 2020. Once again here on the 2nd of March. Then we saw resistance here 11th of May 2020. So this is a good strong price level and we're just looking for it to return there. So literally just waiting, NZDCHF, sell. Now what else? Those are the trades that I would say that you should heavily look at, but then also we've got some watch list trades that we should probably mention as well. So there's EURCAD. Yes, so with EURCAD, what you can see here, if we drive by, we could be, take away these lines. So as you can see here, now, I've got an alert here at 1.41049. Now, with these two last week candlesticks, you can see the wicks went down and touched that price level and then bounced back up. So that is resistance, ladies and gents. It can't break below it. So if we do see it break below this line of resistance, then what are we thinking? We can probably sell to this next price level here that was tested on around the 6th of February 2017, 19th of December 2016. So those are the levels that we're looking to sell to if and only if we see it drop below this price level. We're just going to wrap it up there, guys, because I've just realized I actually don't have much time and I've given you enough gems for today. So those are the trades that we're looking at. Once again, let's go over it. So out of the 9 trades that I called in the last episode, 8 of them went perfectly. Take from that what you will. Today we've called out 4 commodities as a sell, all sells. ADJPY, ADCHF, CHFJPY and NZDCHF all sells as well. So we're selling everything. We're actually not buying anything right now. And then we've also got the ones on the watch list, the ones I went over, which were EURCAD mainly. We haven't really gone through EURCHF, but I don't have time, and neither should you. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for being amazing, and go be great. Thank you. Bye.